Good afternoon. I'm Caitlin Matson. This is the Green Room, and I have in the Green Room with me today Yaniv Segal, who is the music director of the Salina Symphony Orchestra. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's beautiful out there today.
It feels like spring, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And
well,
there might be a tease. It always is, I think.
yeah.
These very first few days of March in recent memory, the past few years have felt absolutely incredible. And then Mother Nature a couple weeks later is like, ha, just kidding, have some snow. Bitter cold. Well, you have a wonderful performance coming up this Sunday at 4 o'clock at the Stiefel Theater in Salina, uh, themed around love.
Yeah, so as we're warming up outside, I thought, hey, a spring light classics concert, ushering in spring, warm times. Let's warm up our hearts too. So all the music is centered around different ideas of love from Broadway shows or classical music or even the Beatles.
And you have a guest soloist.
Yep. Where a guest soloist is a wonderful young singer, Samantha Rose Williams. We met in Ann Arbor. She auditioned for and won a role to sing a Broadway themed concert with the Ann Arbor Symphony that I was going to guest conduct. And we wrapped up our last piano rehearsal together with her and three other singers. And we got the call because this was March 20th or so, 2020. Needless
Oh,
to say, that concert never happened. And she really has a commanding stage presence and a beautiful voice. And so among the other things she was going to sing on that concert was I Dreamed a Dream from Les Mis. And so knowing that I had this love concert programmed for Salina, I reached out to her to see if she was available so I can follow up and we can finally perform on stage together. And she's coming out and doing it.
so this is a concert in a way, 3 years in the making.
Yeah, parts of it. And I mean, she just blew us all away with I Dreamed a Dream. It's such a great ballad from Les Mis. And so I think that the audience is in for a treat.
I always have to chuckle whenever songs from Les Mis are programmed because I don't know if you've seen this. There's this kind of this running joke that if you're in the audience and you hear any part of Les Mis, you're gonna sing along to it. You're gonna do an announcement at the beginning. Please don't sing along with the soloist.
You know what? If you are so moved, maybe your neighbor will have to nudge you and ask you to stop. We did an education concert in January where we had about 12 or 1300 students in the house. And when the orchestra played things like, you don't talk about Bruno, like they all started
Oh, I
singing
bet they
along.
were.
And I hadn't expected that. And it was awesome. So, well, it's a light classics concert. Everyone needs to go there and have a good time. And if you're hearing some Beatles tunes and you know the words, join in.
How can they resist?
Yeah.
All right. So in addition to your Beatles medley and the song from Les Mis, what else is on the concert?
So there's a couple great film numbers as well from the Cinema Paradiso theme from the amazing 1988 movie. It won an Oscar for Best Foreign Film. And it's got a wonderful score by both Ennio and Andrea Morricone. So one of my favorite films, actually, as well as the score. From movies, we also have even Claire de Lune, the Debussy number, which makes an appearance in many, many films. Probably most famous or recently most famous would be in Ocean's 11. So it's fitting in on this program because I think that movie is really about bromance, So
Bromances are legitimate love stories.
absolutely. And the charisma between, Brad Pitt and George Clooney in those movies, I should say, is really awesome.
Yeah.
And then even things by, John Williams, like Across the Stars, which is the love theme that he wrote for the episode 2 of the Star Wars movies. So we got film scores. There's Beauty and the Beast, which is, of course, both film and Broadway and all these themes that we know. And then some classic stuff like, the Carmen's seductive song, L'amour est un oiseau, which is the Love is but a bird.
Yeah, the habanera.
Yeah, which is, again, everybody knows these pieces. It's somewhere, but to actually hear the whole aria sung by a great mezzo who can both do classic and Broadway stuff is going to be great.
Yeah, I saw also she's singing Evita, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina,
Yep.
as well as some Sondheim from Into the
Yeah,
Woods.
yeah, and Into the Woods. Okay, is it a love story? There is a love story in there, right? Because Into the Woods is based
There's a
on.
lot of love in there,
Yeah,
love
exactly.
between mothers and children as well.
Yeah, so she's singing Cinderella's, kind of confused song as she leaves her shoes, or shoe, should I say, on the steps of the palace. And Sondheim is, maybe not as familiar in some ways, but he's got such a unique voice in music that I really am glad we could include some of his music.
Let's listen to something that's on the concert. We pulled from Attack of the Clones, the love theme by John Williams, of course. We'll listen to a little bit of this. This is the Cincinnati Pops, and we'll be back to talk more with Yaniv Segal from the Salina Symphony. Their next concert is this coming Sunday, March the 5th at 4 o'clock at the Stiefel Theater. The love theme from the Star Wars franchise, specifically the Attack of the Clones, Episode 2. Music for the entire Star Wars franchise composed by the great John Williams. And this is the Green Room. Yaniv Segal, the music director, conductor of the Salina Symphony, is joining me, and that is on their next concert. Tell us the details about where and when, Yaniv.
Sure. Well, the concert starts at 4 o'clock this Sunday. That will be March 5th at the Stiefel Theater in Salina. And at 3 o'clock, I would invite anybody who wants to hear more about the pieces or to meet our soloist beforehand. At 3 o'clock in the Watson Room, we'll do a little pre-concert chat and talk about the program and whatever else might come up. So tickets are always available at the box office, Stiefel box office, at the day of the concert, 2 hours before, or on our website.
The Salina Symphony, how long is your season? Is it a half-year season? A little bit longer, isn't it?
Yeah, over the course of the year, we have 6 main stage events, and then in the summer we also do a thing at a wonderful symphony at sunset at the Eisenhower Museum in Abilene. So they're spaced out. We're nearing the end of our season, as this is the 5th of our 6 concerts this year. So it's been a really fun year trying to kind of squeeze in as much as I can in each concert to make sure that there's something for everyone, to make sure it's accessible, and also to make sure that things are also sometimes pushing the boundaries or bringing something new to the stage.
What was the reception from your last concert, which was particularly exciting because it had the Boyer Ellis Island on it?
Yeah, so I mean, I would say that from January to now, it's so different because this concert is really about kind of the divertissement or the lightness of programs that we can do with the symphony. And in January, we had this program about immigration with a thorny symphony by a Polish composer, Grażyna Bacewicz, as well as you mentioned, the amazing Ellis Island by Peter Boyer. And people were moved to tears in that concert. I mean, the music, the imagery, the narration. We had actors from the Salina Theater or Theater Salina with us, and it's pretty powerful when you can successfully combine different art forms together and use all of the senses to be moved. So the reception during the concert, the media reception as well as afterwards, people have still been coming up to me and saying how incredible that concert was. And I am so appreciative to be here in Salina where the community is open to hearing music like this, to having new experiences, and to saying, okay, let's see what will happen at the symphony this time, and let's see where it takes us. So I honestly couldn't be happier.
And your next Masterworks concert after this is when?
Oh gosh.
No, you don't have to give specifics. You can just say what month. Is it in April?
It's going to be at the beginning of May.
The beginning of May. And
beginning of May, yeah.
Can you give us an idea of what's on that?
Sure. That concert is kind of celebrating powerful women.
Hey,
Yeah.
I expect my invitation any day now.
Absolutely. We end with Scheherazade, which is such an inspiring story. And on the first half, we have some more Carmen, Cold Mountain, the suite from the opera by Jennifer Higdon, as well as the incredible meditation from Thais, which is another powerful opera about the strength of women. So it will be another hopefully exciting and moving event.
The Salina Symphony has their next concert this Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock is when they give the pre-concert talk. You can take a deeper dive into the music with the maestro, and the soloist will be joining you for that as well.
Yep. And also we have the bar open, and we've been providing signature drinks. So I don't know what the signature love potion will be, but it'll be something related to the concert. So
Enjoy your aphrodisiac drink before your program all about love. Again, at 4 o'clock, the Stiefel Theater. For tickets and more information, just head over to the Salina Symphony website, salinasymphony.org. Maestro Yaniv Segal, almost through his first full season as the brand new music director of the Salina Symphony. Congratulations. We've heard nothing but brilliant things about what's happening in Salina. It's really exciting.
thank you, Caitlin. It means a lot.
Have a fabulous concert.